Give you exactly what I do if I was to have a panic attack, an anxiety attack, or just being in that funk where you're going into feeling that you know that you're into that depression stage. So I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just someone who has experienced all of those to the degree of unaliving myself. And I've been blessed that I've come to the other side. And one of all the tools that I've used Alcoholic Anonymous. I will always use Alcoholic Anonymous. That's something that it's made such a big difference in my life that why would I now want to do something that makes a big positive difference in my life? But I've done therapy, counseling, EMDR, you name it. I've went through it, programs, everything that is out there. I've tried it so that I could end that thing that I just felt so miserable in my own skin. I'm going to read something to you, and I hope that this will hopefully give you an idea as to what it feels like if you are someone that doesn't deal with anxiety, depression, or panic attacks. Then this video is probably not for you. But if you know someone that is like me, that is dealing with that sense of panic attack, anxiety, or depression, and you're like, just get happy, just snap out of it. It's not, for some of us, it's just not that simple. And even though it should be that simple, for some of us, we don't have what you have to just be able to snap out of it. But I've gone through a lot of trainings, a lot of programs, a lot of different things in order for me to be able to finally come out of it. And I can confidently tell you that I have found the solutions to no longer be able to stay in that space, to no longer have to feel the way that I'm about to read to you. So this is what I wrote for one of the programs that I just recently joined. I said, I am 53 and I have learned to take the racing thoughts, the anxious nights, and the suffocating sense of being stuck and turn them into fuel, into a superpower, and into something that drives me instead of drowns me. But I will be honest, sometimes I still wonder if people will truly value being freed from feeling that invisible prison that anxiety, overthinking, and self-doubt creates inside of our own bodies. Because I know what it feels like to be trapped in our own skin, to want to escape from myself. And if you know, you know. And yet, deep inside, I was born with this unshakable conviction that anything is possible with faith and massive intentional action. The moments that light me up the most are when I see someone's shoulders drop, their breath deepen, and their eyes widen in relief as they finally let go of the shackles that they thought they would have to carry forever. Simple, evidence-based, proven methods unlock something that feels miraculous. But I'm still human. Sometimes I hear that whisper, does anyone even care that this 53-year-old woman is trying to help people break free from anxiety, overthinking, or feeling stuck? And then I get a cue from God. He reminds me why I'm here, where inspiration floods in and confirmation shows up. And I begin to realize once again that I have been called to share something that is necessary for people like me. So many people are suffering still silently, carrying the torture inside their own body that cannot escape. And I refuse to stay quiet while they suffer. So if you're ready to let go of your anxiety, overthinking, or just simply feeling stuck, I can fix that. And I share that with you because I lived in my own prison through my own body, in my own mind. I remember one person said that having depression was like having cancer of the thoughts. Like our own thoughts eat us up, but nobody can help us. And most people says either we numb it or we numb it, right? We numb it with substances, legally prescribed substances, or we numb it with other substances, or we numb it with people, or we numb it with pain, but it's all numbing. So what I want to share with you today is that when you feel that anxiety, when you feel Mr. Panic attack coming in, they're knocking at the door and they say, "Hey, Jessica, I'm here to visit you." And then they plod down the couch and they think they own the house because for many years they have owned it. Or Mr. Depression comes in and he just goes straight to the bedroom and he says, "I'm going to lay in bed with you tonight. And when you wake up, I'm going to be here. I'm going to keep you here." I don't know if you've ever felt that way, that you didn't even have the umph to get up out of bed. So I've been in all of those spaces. I've been where, like I said, unaliving was my only solution because I couldn't escape my own shackles of my own prison, the prison of my own body and the prison of my own thoughts. So how does Ho'opono fix that? How does Ho'opono help you do that? Well, and again, I can only tell you what has worked for me. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not here from a professional perspective. I'm here from someone that has suffered alongside of you. And now I have figured out a way to not have to suffer. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't go with that anxiety, that I don't go without, actually, I've not had a panic attack in a very long time. And I've not had depression that has stayed longer than just an average person. But anxiety sometimes still creeps in. So what I want to share with you is the one thing that has helped me a lot. Number one, I turn my anxiety into excitement. So whenever I feel that anxiety come along me, then I just say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm so excited because I know God has a plan for this." And I say that over and over again like a broken record. If you're older than 50s, you know what a broken record is, right? So you just say it over and over for those Gen Zs of you. You say it over and over and over. And somehow your brain actually takes on that you're telling it that we're excited, and it turns that anxiety into excitement. But sometimes you might be too much in your head like I used to be, and you need a little more than just turning anxiety into excitement. So when that happens, what I suggest that you do is that you simply go somewhere and stand or sit. If you can close your eyes, close your eyes. Because I've been in a car driving and then all of a sudden I get hit with a panic attack or an anxiety attack. And if you can't close your eyes, don't be dumb. Don't close your eyes. But then all you have to say is take a deep breath and say, "I'm sorry." And then hold that breath for 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then say, "Please forgive me." And then release that breath for 7 seconds and say, "Thank you." And then hold that breath again for 7 seconds and then say, "I love you." And then your intelligent self is immediately fighting me right now. I'm sure, right? You're fighting me thinking, well, why should I say, "I'm sorry, I didn't do anything wrong"? They're the ones that hurt me. You're not really saying it to somebody. You're not even saying it to yourself. You're actually saying it to the divinity. You're saying it, "God, I don't know what's going on inside of me, but please forgive me. Please, I'm sorry. Thank you. And I love you." Why? Because those are the most powerful sentences that you can say. If you look at any spirituality, any religion, anything that is for the greater good, they all have those basic 4 principles to say "I'm sorry," meaning to own up, to take ownership. The second one is to ask for forgiveness, because what good is saying "I'm sorry" if you're not being forgiven? Third is be grateful, being gratitude, right? Because if those 2 happen, then we should live in gratitude. And if those 3 happen, then the next step is like, we love the world. We love ourselves. We love our inner child. So the next step is that as you're sitting there, And you go through that, and you go through that cycle 7 times. Breathing in, say I'm sorry, holding the breath, and on and on and on. I call it the 7 by 7 by 7 circle, because you do that 7 times, and you do that over and over and over. And it's just a circle that you just keep going. And eventually you just come from a different place. Your mind has no choice, and your body has no choice but to shift along with divinity, because you're not working by yourself. I have never known anyone that was able to do life successfully without other humans, without a higher power. So you will have to go for a higher power. Mine is God, divinity. Now, the other part of it, if you are still in suffering mode, if you are still in anxiety, depression, panic attack, or you feel stuck, you feel like you don't know what to do, you have to make a decision, but you're handicapped, right? What do? Then you go into your inner child. And like I said, I have 3. I have the one that Dr. Hewlin himself did. I did one that I just went straight and did Dr. Hewlin's practice. And then I did another one that I did in, one that I did in collaboration, not collaboration with them, but it's a pair of Dr. Hewlin and Aaron Doughty. I don't know how you say his last name, but Doughty, Doughty. So I did a combination of both of their practices, and both are Ho'oPonoPono. And so if you want to see how you do the hair on my face, if you want to see how it's done, just go back to those, and those would be here on the channel. And by the way, I believe that I'm going to be starting a brand new channel just dedicated to self-development with Ho'oPonoPono and other practices that I've learned along the way. So at some point, you're going to be seeing me move this channel for all of my stuff, and it's going to take me forever. Well, you know what? I'm not going to speak into existence. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to move my practices to a new channel, because this channel currently, I just have a lot of different things, and I think it's a little bit hard for people to find what they're looking for. When I'm on one place, I'm talking about one thing, and in another place, I'm talking about completely different subjects. So I will keep you posted when I do that. But in the meantime, what do you do when you are not able to just let go with just the circle 7, the 7 by 7, or the saying the 4 phrases? Then you go into your inner child mode, and that's why I was saying that I have those recordings if you want to do that. It takes anywhere between 16 to 23 to 23 minutes, 28 minutes, and it's very simple. You just go into your inner child, and you begin working with your inner child. And I'm not going to go into the practice of it right now, but like I said, there's already recordings that you can go and watch and do alongside of me. And all you're doing is that you're working with the inner child of you, which is your subconscious. Your subconscious has a lot of memories that is causing all this craziness to show up as anxiety, panic attacks, depression, and anything that doesn't serve you. So if if your body's experiencing, your mind is experiencing anything that is not serving you, is because the child in you, the subconscious in you, has memories, has unforgiveness, has stuff that is just accumulated as memories. And that's what is showing up in your life as everything else. As I've shared with you before, when I was a child, my mom had me when she was 15. I never know who my biological father was. And then later on, my mom married this amazing man who adopted all of us kids. So I did growing up with a dad at the age of 14, who was an amazing father to me. He passed away in 2021. But I never known who my biological father was. And that has a host of side effects when you don't know when you don't grow up with your biological father, or when you grow up with a biological father present but emotionally absent, or if it's emotionally absent, or physically absent but emotionally physically present but emotionally absent. So it has to be, a father has to show up fully in order for us not to have the side effects that I've been through. And I know a lot of you have been through, otherwise you wouldn't be watching me, because you're obviously watching me because you've experienced some of the things that I'm sharing with you. So in order for you to let go of all of that, you will need to go into the inner child work. Why? Because you need to do some cleansing, you need to do some resetting so that you're able to let go of the past and begin to start a new you from ground zero, because you deserve to live in a life of peace. You deserve to have harmony. And you deserve to know that you can live an inspired life in your business. Today, I had a speaker for my membership, and we talked about the 7 P's. The 7 P's that um, I'm sure many of you have heard of them, but the 7 P's are very simple: family, future, fun, faith, fitness, finances, and friendships. When you are focusing on those 7 P's, you have a very healthy human. But when you're just focused on just business, when you're just focused on just friends, when you're just focused on just family, there's going to be disproportion. So if you want to bring balance to all of the areas of your life, there is a way, and the answer for that is Ho'oponopono. And I'm not saying that every area is going to be perfect at all times, but there's a way that you can have more peace, more harmony in all the areas. Sometimes some are going to need more than others, but they're going to be balanced, even though sometimes they may not seem to be balanced. Like if someone just had a baby, a baby is going to require a lot more time than when they didn't have a baby. So if you have any questions, and if this was of any value, please, I'm looking for feedback, because this is my 18th day to come here live. I mean, not live, to come here every single night and deliver something that I know that has been impactful for me. So if it was impactful for me, if it was impactful for many Hawaiians and thousands of other people, I believe that, I hope that it can be of impact to you. But right now, I'm just talking to me on a camera. So I hope that you are willing to give me feedback and how it hopefully help you. And if you have other areas of your life that maybe it's not anxiety, maybe it's not panic attacks, maybe something else. Like I had a client that her issue was that the way that she talked at her child was really breaking the relationship with her daughter and herself. So we talked about what we needed to do in order to really resolve that relationship and bring it into harmony versus always conflict. So there's a lot of things. If you think that this has only having to do with anxiety, please know that there's much more to Ho'opono that can bring to your life than just the things. I can only share with you the things that is as to how it has impacted me. But I've seen in many different ways how people have been impacted by Ho'oponopono. Another one is people with diabetes, with heart issues, with cholesterol. So any health issue is also memories that are stuck in the body, in the memories of the inner child, again, the subconscious. So if you have any requests, please put them in the comments, and I will be happy to make more videos, because I still have another 211, so 2, 11, 12, 13. I still have 13 more daily videos to make. And I believe that I will continue to make daily videos, because I want my channel to start attracting all the people, so that you don't have to suffer in silence anymore, that you don't have to suffer inside of your own body. So with that, I'm Maria Lupita, and I have a Ho'oponopono anxiety overthinking membership program, where I help other people be released from all of the things that are not serving them. And I also have a one-on-one smaller program that, if for people that want to have more one-on-one time, then I also offer that as well. So if you want to know more, simply comment below information or info, and I'll be happy to share it with you. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.